Hi guys, I'm Lucy Arden.
And I'm Samantha Clint.
And we're going to be talking about how you can make a career using your voice.
I now work for the BBC, for BBC Berkshire, and I also work in London for 2 local radio stations, Nettle Radio and Hoxton Radio.
You are going to be making your own voice reel.
Neutralises the pH in your mouth, so it stops you from sort of spitting and getting that sort of like clangy thing in your mouth.
I didn't know that. We're going to share with you our top secrets for working the world of voice. We'll see you in the first class. So before you start embarking in a career in voice, you need to have a few things already. What do you think are the most important skills or talents to have or qualities for a person before they embark in the world of voice acting?
Okay, so you need to distinguish the fact that it's not your speaking voice. So I'm not going to go and start doing a recording speaking to you how I am now. It's all about the sort of training that you have to give yourself. So you've got to take lots of deep breaths. You've got to make sure that you're on voice. Now, on voice, we can probably get into a little bit more later on, but it's sort of more produced version of your voice. So for instance, if I was to do, for instance, a job I did recently for a phone line for a hotel chain, it's sort of slower and sort of a little bit more serious. So you really have to like acclimatise your voice to what you're selling. So essentially you have to sort of see the vision, see the people that they're selling to, imagine them as your audience and use your voice to work for them.
It's all about vocal adaptability.
Yeah.
Being able to adapt your voice to whatever you want it to do and having that vocal control. Having had many jobs in the voice industry, I can say that the number one thing that all employers are looking for is an ability to take direction. Yeah. And this can be really hard, especially when you've rehearsed something and you've been practicing it again and again, and you just want to make sure that you deliver it exactly how you've rehearsed it. But in the world of industry with voices, it's really important to be able to hear that direction and completely flip or switch the way that you're delivering that piece.
Yeah, absolutely. And to second that, I'd say that now with sort of the times that we're in, we're doing a lot more voiceovers from home. So when you're in a studio, you can take direction there, you can sort of pull you up in the moment and say, no, not this word, needs to be a little bit more like this. But when you have to go through and take loads of takes, it's really difficult not having someone in the room with you. So you have to really be able to adapt and sort of tell the client what it is that you're going to give them. So if they want a really long piece and it's actually quite difficult and technical, you have to tell them, I'm going to do the first 4 lines and I'm going to send you these individually. This way you just establish like a way better relationship with your client, and also they'll probably recommend you for more things because you've come across as the whole package.
Yeah, you're showing that you're okay with doing more and more takes and that the main priority is to just make sure you get the job right. I mean, I'm sure I've been in commercial voiceover studios where I've done about 25 takes.
Oh my God,
That's exactly what you can expect. It's nothing to be offended by. It's just like getting back to the mic, trying different versions. To know the characterization of your voice, because that is going to be your unique product that you're going to use to sell yourself within the vocal industry. So it's about having a little brainstorm with yourself, asking your friends, what is my vocal quality? What are the things I deliver? And then being free enough to push that further, adapt yourself and do whatever it takes in order to deliver a character that's going to tell the appropriate story for whatever it is that you decide that you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely love that. How did you find your unique selling point when it came to your voice?
This is something that's really important. So when I was growing up, I always had quite a sweet kind of girlish voice. So I was naturally drawn to playing like princessy type characters, youthful characters. And this was something that I put as one of my vocal descriptive words on my voice CV to describe my voice. But I also realised I had quite a distinctive voice. It had that slight husk into it, which you can kind of hear now. And I realised that it was going to be these unique qualities, the girlish quality, the slight husk, that were going to give me something that would create a positive word like engaging. So I used breathy, husky and engaging and girlish to describe my voice. And maybe some people might find those words offensive, but I just embraced them and I knew that that was going to be what was going to get me work. And it's no coincidence that the first acting voiceover job that I got was with the BBC, replicating a young girl's voice for something that was quite traumatizing, that meant that they didn't want to play her voice. So they got an actress that had a youthful voice to come in to copy those words exactly verbatim and use them for that job. So it's something that I really played upon for my career. What about you? How would you describe your voice?
So I didn't know what my voice sounded like, so I thought I'd take it to the masses, and I sent a message out to all of my friends, and I was like, guys, I need to know what my voice sounds like because I need to fill out this form. What do you think? And I sent them a voice note, and they all replied with various things that they thought my voice sounded like. So I got a lot of engaging, I got a lot of calming, sort of friendly and positive. That's the kind of qualities that I've got to my voice that other people can hear. So once I sort of could hear what they could, in a sense, I could then start playing off that and then apply for the right jobs for me.
So there's two kind of categories with that, isn't there? There's the descriptive words like characterful, engaging, calming, and then there's the real objective sounding words that you also need to find as well. So I would say your voice is quite clear.
Yeah.
It's quite crisp, and your accent's sort of naturally quite modern RP.
Yeah.
So finding your accent, finding the objective descriptive words like husky or clear, and then finding the positive sounding descriptive words that are going to help to sell you, like cool or modern or engaging. Those kind of qualities will be what helps to bolster your voice as the product that you're using.
Sometimes they go together perfectly. TK Maxx. Big labels, small prices.
So you sent your message out to your friends, you're starting to get a sense of what your voice sounds like, you're starting to practice, and you're starting to listen with that career-minded ear. So what are the ways that you can go out and put your voice to use within the world of acting? What are the different ways?
Okay, there's lots of different ways. For me personally, it's radio is a great...
Radio.
Is my favourite, obviously. There is adverts.
Adverts.
There is...
Narration.
Narration, yeah.
For audiobooks, there's corporate voiceover.
Oh, corporate.
What's corporate voiceover?
Corporate is when you essentially use your voice to help with their training videos, like corporations and their sort of like HR situations.
Or e-learning, which is something that's getting ever more popular now.
Yeah.
Voices that are used for that, for language learning, people that are trying to learn whatever languages that you speak in, so that can be a real asset.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else is there?
That's about it, isn't there?
That is about it. So this brings us on to the class activity. You are going to be making your own voice reel, which is going to cover the wide spectrum of different types of voice acting that you can do. So for us industry insiders, what voice reels do we need to have a career in voice acting?
So I've got two voice reels. I've got a commercial reel and I've got an acting voice reel. I'd say, so a commercial voice reel is all of the sort of TV adverts that you've seen on TV that you're now replicating. So it's the kind of upbeat ones, it's like the sell ones.
Babyliss U-Curl. Now in a single stroke, you can create salon perfect curls.
It's the kind of like smooth chocolate ones.
Thick, rich chocolate. And if a man had a naughty bit of truffle in the middle, that could satisfy you every single time.
Then it's all the kind of variations that you can get within your voice for TV commercials.
And the second voice reel that you have
is the acting voice reel. So this shows your diversity when it comes to playing different characters. So for instance, like you being able to play a young girl, but can you also play an older woman? Can you play around with accents? Have you got different dialects under your belt? Is there anything else that you can show off that's going to get you the job?
And there is one more type of voice reel that you can do, which is an audio narration voice reel, which is something that I have, which you don't have, but obviously every voice actor is different. So this will include you reading out from novels or books, maybe just a couple of paragraphs that allow you to show off your voice. But you can add in some music in the background, which we're going to show you how to do, to really bring those scenes or those monologues or those paragraphs to life when you're narrating.
Experience teaches you all kinds of things. I can tell a person from the flowers they pick. Some flowers in yarrow show a creative mind.
Practicing at home then, how can you make sure that you're practicing every day in order to make sure that you can pursue this as a career or a hobby? So what do you do to practice?
Okay, so before I got my voice reel done, I was told that I needed to listen to as many adverts as possible and really resonate with what my voice sounded good with. And now that's the thing about voiceover acting, you really do need your own USP with it. So if you've got a particularly engaging voice, you're going to be better at doing the sort of Samaritans adverts or things that really engage with other people.
If you need someone to talk to, we listen. We won't judge or tell you what to do. Whatever you're going through, you can call us at any time from any phone for free. Samaritans. Call us on 116 123.
Or sort of charity things. If you've got a sort of more characterizational voice, then you're going to be really good at doing these sort of like, you know, these cartoons and like different things like that.
Now on Nick Jr., it's Henry Hugglemonster.
Not necessarily, you know, things for like a car advert or something along those lines. So you need to look at all the things on the TV that are being voiced and just practice and do them yourself until you find the ones that you feel really resonate with you and that you're really good at. Because if you're really good at it, you'll be more confident, you'll have more fun, and you'll probably make more money. So.
And there's only one way to do that after you've listened to those commercials or those voiceovers or those audiobooks. It's about practicing, reading aloud every single day. Because sometimes when we only live with one person or we live alone or we're only used to communicating with people with our normal speaking voice, it can feel a little bit strange when we sit down and go to record a voiceover. So practicing every single day, reading aloud, reading stories to children if you can, practicing different voices.
Yeah.
The more you practice, the more you're able to sight read and not stumble over your lines, the more you'll be able to feel confident when you step into a voiceover booth or you go to record your voice reel, and you'll be able to feel that you can characterize whatever it is that you're trying to portray as accurately and as confidently as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pay less with huge savings on all beds. Available in a range of styles and sizes, so you'll be sure to find one to suit your bedroom. Over 250 stores in the UK. Benson's for Bed sale must end soon.
Hi guys, I'm Lucy Arden.
And I'm Samantha Clint.
And we're going to be talking about how you can make a career using your voice. How did you first get into voice acting?
So I always thought I had quite a nice voice.
You do have a lovely voice.
Thank you so much. So like when I'd listen to like radio adverts and stuff, I'd always mimic them and be like, I can do that.
Yeah.
I should probably be making money somehow. But I just had no idea where to start. I didn't know if I needed to get an agent in order to make money. I didn't know if I had to sort of make a reel. I sort of was always obsessed with radio as well. So I began by joining my local radio station from Marlow FM. And I did that with a friend, and he got me on board. We met at a local sort of like drama club. And we recorded that like every Wednesday night. It was really, really fun. And I learned so much just from doing that kind of like small sort of job, to the point where now I work for the BBC, and I have my own radio station for BBC Berkshire, and I also work in London for 2 local radio stations, Nettle Radio and Hoxton Radio. That, amongst other amazing sort of voiceover jobs that I do for international clients all over the world, and I still don't have an agent. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have that, but you just need to know where to start and what to do.
The definition of self-made. So I'm an actress and voiceover artist who's currently making a living using my voice by doing voiceovers for major international commercials, a bit like Sammy, and audiobooks. So we're going to share with you our top secrets for working the world of voice using all the tips that we've picked up along the way. We'll see you in the first class.
A portable fusion of light and sound. Introducing JBL Pulse.